consistency is about always coming back after a long or short day. Ahmed understood this slowly, not in one big moment, more like a quiet realization that came over several days. He stopped punishing himself for the 3 weeks he missed. He stopped looking back at the gap like it was a failure. Instead, he looked at what was in front of him. One notebook, one pen, one evening. That was enough to work with. That was actually everything he needed. One day, he made one small decision. Every night after dinner, before his phone, before television, before anything else, he would open his notebook for just 10 minutes, not 1 hour, not 2 hours, 10 minutes. He even wrote it on a small piece of paper and stuck it on his bedroom wall. 10 minutes, every night, no excuses, simple words. But those simple words changed the entire shape of his evenings. First night, he read 5 new words, said them out loud slowly, wrote each one in a sentence. That was it. Second night, he listened to a short English conversation on his phone, paused it, repeated the sentences quietly to himself. Some words came out wrong. He laughed a little at himself and repeated them again. Third night, he described his own day in English. Simple sentences like, I woke up early, I went to work, I came home tired, I am learning English. 4 small sentences. But those 4 sentences were his. He made those 4 sentences by himself. Nobody helped him to write them. They came from inside him. Now here is something important I want you to understand. Ahmed wasn't feeling excited during these 10 minutes. He wasn't feeling inspired or motivated or full of energy. Most evenings he was tired. Some evenings he didn't even feel like opening the notebook. But he opened it anyway. And this exactly is the difference between someone who improves and someone who stays stuck. Not talent, not time, not perfect conditions. Just opening the notebook anyway. Let me teach you something about your brain right now. Your brain has a special system. Every time you do something repeatedly, your brain starts building a small automatic pathway, like a shortcut. First time you do something new, your brain works hard to understand it. It feels uncomfortable and slow. But second time, a little easier. 10th time, your brain doesn't even need to think much. It just does itself. Scientists call this a habit loop. When you do things repeatedly, your brain captures the pattern itself. You can simply call it the brain getting used to something. This is exactly why the first 7 days of any new habit feel the hardest. Your brain is still building the shortcut. It feels strange. It feels forced. Your brain is asking, are we really doing this? Do we actually need this road? And your job in those first 7 days is just to say, yes, we are doing this. The habit starts to feel less like a decision and more like a part of your evening, like brushing your teeth. You don't motivate yourself to brush your teeth. You just do it. By the end of his 2nd week, Ahmed noticed something. A small thing. He was walking to the shop one afternoon, and a thought came to his mind naturally. Not in his native language, in English, just one thought. The weather is nice today. He stopped walking for a second, looked up at the sky, and said it again quietly to himself. The weather is nice today. 3 seconds. Nobody heard it. Nobody clapped. But something inside Ahmed felt quietly, deeply good. That is your first real sign of progress. Not a test result, not someone's praise. It's that small private moment when English stops feeling like a foreign thing and starts feeling almost familiar, like a street you have walked down enough times that you don't need to check the map anymore. You know this street now. Not perfectly, but enough. And enough is a beautiful place to reach. Maybe you are sitting right now thinking, okay, but 10 minutes really feels too small. It feels like nothing. And I understand that feeling completely. When we want something, really want it, we want to do everything at once. We want to feel the big change immediately. But let me ask you something simple. If you drink 1 glass of water today, do you feel healthier? Probably not much. But if you drink enough water every single day for 3 months, your skin changes, your energy changes, your body changes. The glass didn't feel powerful. The habit was powerful. Ahmed kept going. Week 3, week 4. His 10 minutes sometimes became 15, sometimes 20. Not because he forced himself, because he started enjoying it. This is the quiet secret about consistency. When you do something regularly, it slowly stops feeling like work. It starts feeling like yours, and you even don't know how fast the time has gone. English started feeling like something Ahmed owned, not something Ahmed was chasing. Around this time, something happened at Ahmed's workplace. His manager needed someone to read an email written in English and understand its meaning. Ahmed's colleagues stayed quiet. Nobody wanted to try. Ahmed looked at the email, read it slowly in his mind, then looked up and said, "It is asking about the delivery time. They want to know when the order will arrive." Simple explanation, not perfect English, but clear and accurate English. His colleagues looked at him differently that day. Ahmed did not speak perfect English at that moment, but he spoke well enough to help. Sometimes good enough is exactly what a situation needs. He was able to communicate, support his manager, and get the job done. That small success gave him more confidence in his English skills. That evening, Ahmed went home and opened his red notebook. At the top of a new page, he wrote, "Today I helped my manager with an email." Then he added new words he had learned and sentences he wanted to practice. What just happened at work became motivation for him to keep learning. Not pressure, but fuel to move forward. This is what I really want you to feel right now. Consistency doesn't just teach you English. It slowly, quietly starts changing how you see yourself. Ahmed didn't just learn new words over those weeks. He learned something about himself that no textbook could teach him. He learned that he was someone who kept going. He learned that he was someone who showed up even on tired evenings. And that knowledge, that quiet, personal knowledge, started sitting inside him like something solid. 3 months passed. Ahmed still had the red notebook. The first pages were almost full now. Words, sentences, small conversations he had practiced alone in his room. If you looked at it from outside, it wasn't anything impressive. No fancy design, no perfect handwriting. Just a boy's honest effort, written down page by page, evening by evening, 10 minutes at a time. But inside that simple notebook was something that takes most people years to understand. Proof. Proof that he showed up. One evening, Ahmed was practicing English when his younger sister sat next to him. She watched him for a few minutes and then asked, "Brother, when did you get so good at English?" Ahmed smiled and looked at her. Then he looked at his notebook. He had not realized how much he had improved. The change was real, but it had happened little by little. When you improve slowly every day, it can be hard to notice your own progress. However, his sister could see it clearly. She saw the result of all the time Ahmed had spent learning and practicing English every evening after dinner. This is one of the most beautiful things about being consistent. When you keep showing up every day, the results are often invisible at first. It can feel like nothing is changing. Think about planting a seed. You water it today, then again tomorrow, and then again the next day. When you look at the soil, everything seems exactly the same. There is no sign of growth above the ground, and you may wonder if your effort is making any difference at all. But under the soil, something important is happening which we can't see it. The roots are growing deeper, becoming stronger, and preparing the plant for future growth. You cannot see this process, but it is happening every day. Then one morning, a small green shoot finally appears above the soil.